Assalamualaikum. How are students? I hope all of you are well. I'm Rizwana Mukhtar, lecturer, Department of Physics, Manastur College. I'm here with another virtual class of physics. Students, you all know that our third chapter of second paper book, that is current electricity, already completed. So in my today's class, I am going to discuss about the MCQ questions of this chapter. I hope this class will help you for your better study at home. So, let's start our today's class. Dear students, our first MCQ question is from Chittagong Board 2017. The question is, using which law the Wheatstone bridge principle can be deduced? You know that to establish Wheatstone bridge principle, we use Kirchhoff's law. So, the right answer of this question is Kirchhoff's law. Our next question is from Kumilla Board 2015. Depending on which of the following meter bridge is constructed? You know that meter bridge is the instrument by which we can measure the unknown resistance, and meter bridge is depending on the principle of Wheatstone bridge. So we can say that the right answer of this question is Wheatstone bridge. Now, next question is from Borishal Board 2016. Question is, if G is equal to galvanometer resistance and S is equal to shunt resistance, then the multiplier of shunt is. Multiplier of shunt, you know that there is a formula to calculate the main current when galvanometer's current is given, and the formula is I is equal to S plus G divided by S into IG. By using this formula, we can calculate the main current in a galvanometer. And here S plus G by S, this portion is known as the multiplier of shunt. So we can say that the right answer is S plus G by S. This is the multiplier of shunt. Now, our next question is, here you can see there's a diagram and the question, what is the value of I? Here you can see that in this circuit, I is divided into two portions. Here few current is going through shunt and other few portion of the current is going through the galvanometer. So we can easily calculate it that the total current I is equal to 2 plus 0.2. The value of total current will be 2.2 ampere. Question 5 is, what is measured using Wheatstone bridge? You know that by using Wheatstone bridge we measure the unknown resistance. So the right answer is resistance. Now, next question is, what is the equivalent resistance between the end A and B of the following circuit? You can see that there's a circuit and several resistance are connected here. So, firstly I am going to name this resistance. Okay, suppose this is R1, this is R2, now this is R3, this we can name R4, this is R5, this R6 and this is R7. So from the diagram you can see that R3 and R4, these two resistance are in series combination. So we can write that RS1 is equal to, the value of R3 is 1 and R4 is 1. So R3 plus R4, that is 1 plus 1, this is 2 ohm. Now you can see that these two resistance, that means this RS1 is combined with R5 resistance in parallel combination. So now we can write that 1 by Rp 1 is equal to 1 by Rs1 plus 1 by R5. Now you can see that the value of Rs1 is 2 and the value of R5 is also 2. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. Now the value will be 2 by 2, that is 1 ohm. Now here you can see that this R5 resistance is connected with R2 resistance in series combination. That means we can say that Rp1 is connected with R2 in series combination. That is R. So we can write that Rs2 is equal to Rp1 plus R2. Now the value of Rp1 is 1 and the value of R2 is also 1. Now our equivalent resistance will be 2 ohm. Rs2 resistance, that means the equivalent of this portion, is connected with this R6 resistance in parallel combination. So we can write that 1 by Rp2 is equal to 1 by Rs2 plus 1 by R6, and the value of 1 by Rs2 is 2 plus half, that is we can get the value of Rp2 is equal to 1 ohm. Now students, you can see that the total equivalent resistance of this portion is 1 ohm and R1, Rp2 and R7 are connected in series combination. So our final resistance will be Rs3 is equal to R1 plus Rp2 plus R7, that is the value of R1 is 1 plus 1 plus 1. So our final result is 3 ohm. Question is, the resistance of the filament of a bulb is 50 ohm and if the potential difference of its two ends is 250 volt, then how much current will flow through it? So here the given informations are the value of R is 50 ohm and V is 250 volt. So students, from Ohm's law we know that I is equal to V by R. The value of V is 250 and R is 50. So the value of I is 5 ampere. Okay, question is, on which of the following factors the resistance does depends on? You know that there are 4 factors on which resistance are depending. The factor 1 is material, number 2 length, number 3 area of cross section, and number 4 is temperature. These are the depending factors of resistance. Our question 9 is from Select Board 2016. In which of the two combination of resistance have the equal equivalent resistance between A and B? Here we can see there are 3 circuits and we have to determine the equal equivalent resistance. So for the first circuit the equivalent resistance will be, here you can see that these two resistance are in parallel combination. So we can write that 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So the value will be 2 by 4, that is half. So the value of Rp will be 2 ohm. Now for the second diagram, there are three resistance and these three resistance are also in parallel combination. So the equivalent resistance of this diagram will be 1 by Rp, 1 by 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 divided by 1, that is 3 by 1 or 3. So the value of Rp will be 1 by 3 ohm. Now in the third diagram, this diagram is similar to Wheatstone bridge. Here you can see that firstly these two resistance are in series combination, and here these two resistance are also in series combination, and after that these two will be in parallel combination. If we named it that R1, R2, R3 and R4, then we can say that RS1 is equal to R1 plus R2. So the value of RS1 will be 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 ohm. Now RS2 is R3 plus R4. Here we will get the same value, that is 4 ohm. Now RS1 and RS2 are in parallel combination, so we can write that 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by RS1 plus 1 by RS2. So the value of RS1 is 4 plus the value of RS2 is also 4. So we will get the value of Rp is equal to 2 ohm. So students, here we can say, you can see that the equivalent resistance of first diagram and third diagram is same. So the right answer is 1 and 3. This our 10 number question is, there are 100 ohm, 300 ohm, 24 ohm and 60 ohm resistance at 4 arms of a Wheatstone bridge respectively. For how much resistance at the fourth arm the bridge will come to equilibrium position? So you know that first arm of Wheatstone bridge is denoted by P. So the value of P is given here 100 ohm. Q, second arm is 300 ohm. R is 24 ohm. And S is 60 ohm. But this bridge is not in equilibrium position. So here we have to calculate the value of S, that means instead of 60, how much resistance we have to add in the fourth arm so that the bridge will come at equilibrium position. And we know that for the equilibrium position of Wheatstone bridge, the formula is P by Q is equal to R by S. So that S is equal to R into Q by P. Now the value of R is 24 and Q is 300 and the value of P is given 100. So the answer will be 72 ohm. That means instead of 60 ohm, if we add 72 ohm resistance at the fourth arm of this Wheatstone bridge, then the bridge will be in equilibrium position. Our next question, question 11 is, what is form of the Joule's law of current in case of production of heat due to the flow of current? You know that there are 3 laws of Joule's for the flow of current. Laws are number 1, H proportional to I square. Number 2, H is proportional to R. And number 3 is H proportional to T. So which one is correct for this answer? Here you can see the question is that Joule's law of current. So the Joule's law of current is H proportional to I square, and that will be the right answer. At equilibrium position, what amount of current will flow through a Wheatstone bridge? You know that at equilibrium position there will be no current flow through a galvanometer of the Wheatstone bridge. So we can say that the value of Ig or the current passing through the galvanometer will be 0 when the bridge is at equilibrium condition. Now our next question is 220 volt 44 watt are written on an electric bulb. What amount of current will flow through it? So here the value of P is given 44 watt and value of V is 220 volt. Students, you know that the formula P is equal to VI. So we can write that I is equal to P by V. Now the value of P is 44 and V is 220 volt. So the value of I will be 0.2 ampere. That is 0.2 ampere current will flow through the bulb. Now our next question is, what is the equivalent resistance of the following circuit? So students, here you can see that it's a very simple circuit and 3 resistance are given here. Suppose this is resistance R1, this R2 and this is R3. Now you can say that these 3 resistance are in series combination as they are connected one by one. But here you can see that our 2 wire, here is one wire is connected and another conductor is connected here. So if you see it carefully, then if we put that this is a common point A and this is a common point B. Now if you noticed it carefully, then you can see that the one point or one end of resistance R1 is connected at point A. One end of R2 is also connected at point A, and through this conductor one point of R3 is also connected with this common point A. Now come to the point B. Here you can see that another end of resistance R2 is at point B. Now the another end, second end of R1 resistance is also connected at point B through this conducting wire, and another, that means second end of R3 resistance is also connected with point B. So this R1, R2 and R3 resistance are actually in parallel combination. Okay, now we can say that by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Now the value of R1, R2 and R3 are same, so we can write that 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6, that is 6, 3 by 6, so that the value will be half, or the value of Rp is equal to 2 ohm. Students, our question 15 is from All Board 2018. The question is, post office box is used to. Actually, this post office box is used to determine the unknown resistance of a conductor. So the answer is, post office box is used to determine unknown resistance of conductors. Now our next question, what is the unit of current density? The unit of current density is ammeter per meter square. Now dear students, our next question, that is question 17, is from admission test of Dhaka University 2017 and 18. The potential across the terminal of a battery with internal resistance 0.1 ohm and 12 volt electromotive force becomes 7 volt when it is connected with an electric motor. What is the magnitude of the current supplied by the motor? So here the given informations are internal resistance. If you know that internal resistance is denoted by small r. So the value of small r is 0.1 ohm. The value of electromotive force, that is E, is given here 12 volt. And the potential difference, that is V, is given here 7 volt, and we have to calculate the value of I of this electric motor. From Ohm's law, we know that I is equal to E by R plus R when internal resistance is given here. So now here we are going to calculate the current, but we don't know the value of external resistance. The value of external resistance is not given here, but if you calculate it carefully, then we can get it that IR plus IR. Now students, this IR, that is the multiplication of current and external resistance, is known as the potential difference of a wire. So instead of IR we can use V. So our next line will be E is equal to V plus IR. So now we can easily calculate I. I is equal to E minus V divided by R. Now the value of E is 12. V, that is the product of IR, is given here 7, and the value of small r is 0.1. So you will get the answer 50 ampere. Our 18 number question is, what is the ratio of the resistance of the bulbs indicated 60 watt 220 volt and 60 watt 110 volt? Students, you know that from the equation of power we know P is equal to V square by R. So we can write that R is equal to V square by P. Now for R1 resistance we can write that R1 is equal to V1 square by P1, and for R2 that is V2 square by P2. Now if we divide that R1 by R2, then we will get R1 divided by R2 is equal to V1 square by P1 into P2 by V2 square. Now the value of V1, that is if we consider the value of first bulb's power is 61 and V is 220 volt, so we can write that 220 whole square divided by 60 into the value of power of second bulb is also 60 watt. So here we will write 60 by 110 whole square. Now after calculating it you will get the value 4. So we can write that the ratio of resistance of these two bulb or ratio of R1 and R2 is 4:1. Now our next question, that is question 19, is there is a circuit and you have to calculate the equivalent resistance of this circuit. So from this circuit you can see that 6 ohm and 12 ohm resistance are in parallel combination, and after that this 4 ohm resistance will be in series of this equivalent resistance. So we can say that 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 6 plus 1 by 12. So the value 2 plus 1 or 3 by 12, that is 1 by 4, or the value of Rp is equal to 4 ohm. Now this Rp is connected with this 4 ohm resistance in a series combination. So we can write that Rs is equal to Rp plus 4. Now the value of Rp is also 4 ohm. So 4 plus 4, that is 8 ohm. So the equivalent resistance of this circuit will be 8 ohm. Question 20. The resistance of a wire is 2 ohm. Keeping the material of the wire unchanged, the resistance found when the length is doubled is. So here the given informations are 1 is 2 ohm, and here they say that if we keep the material unchanged, then the length become double. That means we can say that L2 is equal to 2 L1. Now as we consider that the material is unchanged, so the volume of the wire will be unchanged also. So we can say that volume, that is V1, is equal to V2. So we can write V means A1 L1, area into length, is equal to V2 A2 L2, and L2 is equal to 2L1. So we can write A2 into 2L1. Here L1 and L1 cancel, so the value of A1 is equal to 2A2. Now students, we know that R is equal to rho L by A. So for first resistance, we can write that R1 is equal to rho L1 by A1, and for second condition, we can write R2 is equal to rho L2 by A2. Why we are keeping rho same? Because the material of the wire is unchanged. So this the value of rho will be same. Now if we divide R2 by R1, then we will get L2 by A2 into A1 by L1. Now we know the value of L2. L2 is 2L1. The value of A2, or we don't know the value of A2, but we know the value of A1 is 2A2, and here L1. So L1 and L1 cancel, A2, A2 cancel, so we will get that R2 is equal to R1 into 4. Now the value of R1 is given here 2. So we can write that 2 into 4, or the final resistance will be 8 ohm. Friends, that's all for today. Thank you for your patience hearing.